Welcome to Better Daily Life, where we are moving forward 1% better every single day. Download the app and supercharge your journey at betterdaily.life. Now it's time to ditch facts and get facts with your host and my dad, Alex Van Houten.
What is up, Betterment family? This is Alex Van Houten in Better Daily Live. Happy Thursday. It is Word Thursday, and the word today is resilient. I'm really excited to bring this word to you, and also a huge shout out and thank you to our community who brings in words sometimes. They say, hey, Alex, you've been doing these Word Thursdays. I think you should do this word, and I would like to hear your meditations on that. And so this one was submitted. And if you have words that you'd like me to cover, please shoot me a message or comment. Doesn't mean I'll get to them right away, but I love a good word. Words are the foundation of what we say, and most of them have a very, very deep history and deep meanings that are worth knowing. So, this word resilient is particularly special to me. The dictionary definition of resilient is the quality of returning to one's former shape after being compressed. A synonym for that is flexible. So you think of like something that bends and then comes back into place. And then another definition of it, I think the second definition, is something like the ability to recover from misfortune. So it's both a physical characteristic and then also maybe a moral characteristic. The physical characteristic of resilience is like, you think of it like a rubber ball. You know, it gets misshapen or compressed if you squeeze it, but then when you're done squeezing it, it bounces back. In physics, that's called elasticity. That, you know, springs have elasticity, rubber balls have elasticity, even a young tree branch. I don't know if you've ever bent one over, but a young tree branch has elasticity. It's the ability to bend and not break, right? So the etymology of the word, 16th century, it goes all the way back to the Latin. In the Latin was really just a physical property. It's that bouncing backness of rubber or a spring or a young tree branch, as I was saying. But today we use the word resilience often to describe a quality of an individual, quality of character. So in the Bible, in the book of Proverbs, book of wisdom, chapter 24, there's a verse that says, though the righteous fall 7 times, they get back up again, but the wicked stumble in calamity. Meaning that there seems to be a quality of people when they encounter misfortune, they fall down, things don't go their way. Oh well, it's not an excuse to wallow. You have to rise back from that. So the word resilient is a powerful word because you're going to encounter difficult things. You just are. On a day-to-day basis. If you haven't already encountered one, don't worry. It's coming. Hate to be the bearer of bad news and stuff, but things are going to happen that are very, very difficult. There might be people in your life who are ill or frustrated with you. Maybe you wanted election results to go a certain way and they didn't go a certain way. Maybe you just literally trip and fall. So I'm working with these 3rd and 4th graders at our church last night, and we're playing kickball. When was the last time you played kickball? It's actually a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to play kickball. I highly recommend it. Anyway, so we've got the kids got one team on one side, one team on the other. And this kid kicks the ball, and it's way out there, and one of the other kids grabs it, and he's running it in the infield, and the other kid's coming to second base, and he's running this way, and he chucks the ball, right? Because if you get hit with the kickball and you're not on base, you're out. That's how it works. You're out. And we have a rule, you don't, bean people in the head and stuff. That gives the team the other point. We're not maliciously trying to hurt people out there. But, he throws the ball, and it's a perfect shot right at the kid's hips, man. It's beautiful. I'm like, man, he's got this. And the kid who's running for second base, he slides. So he drops to the ground and slides. Well, the ball was headed for his hips before, but now it's headed for his face. So he takes that kickball, boom, right in the face. Just just flat, right in the nose. Have you ever been hit in the face with a kickball? It's a rubber ball. It's got those little ridges on it. It stings, man. It's like stinging face. So he's sliding in the base, gets nailed with the ball, and he's like, hands over his face. He's third grade, so he's pretty tough, but at the same time, like, that really hurts. It's a surprising pain, really hurts. And so he's on the ground, and he's trying not to cry, but he's not doing a very good job of it, and everybody kind of takes a knee, and I come over to him and make sure, he's not bleeding profusely or whatever, because these sorts of things happen on the playground. And after I coach him through a couple deep breaths, like, are you really hurt? Are you injured? I don't see any blood. And he's like, no, I'm good. And I said, do you want to go back to the kicking line and take your point? Because if you get hit in the face, you're entitled to a point, even though it's not like the kid who was throwing the ball. It's not like it was his fault. But anyway, he said, no, I want to take second base. I said, are you sure? He said, yeah. So he stands up, wipes his face off. It's pretty red. He's got a nice print. Takes his base, and, well, the game must go on. So somebody else kicks it. He actually ends up running the bases, gets his point. But maybe in life, as adults especially, you're not going to get hit in the face with a kickball today. I mean, I hope you don't. It'd be kind of strange, walking into the office, pow! Like, where'd that come from? But you're likely going to deal with some very, very difficult things. You just are. And deep down inside of you is this thing that if you feed it, it won't break. It'll bend. It can bend really deep, but it won't break. Paul says in the New Testament, we are pressed but not crushed, persecuted, not abandoned, struck down and not destroyed. He was speaking to the early church about the many different things that was difficult about starting something worthwhile and about living out a truth that's important to you and that is of paramount importance to other people, of shining a light and being love and light in the world in a way that is transformational and maybe even catastrophic and difficult. But his point was, it's so deep and so abiding and so important and so worth standing for that one of the most important qualities we can bring to the table is that no matter what we go through, we get back up. No matter how hard we're pressed, we bounce back. No matter how many times we fall down, we stand up. No matter how many kickballs hit us in the face, we still run the bases. We still get in there. And my encouragement to you today with the word resilient is even when you don't feel resilient, you can still do it. Can't you? You can still do it. Maybe there's a pain that you're used to and that really sucks you're having to deal with today. You can manage it. You can deal with that. Maybe there is something that's really big on your shoulders and you're having to shoulder it right now. You can carry that. You can bounce back. You know why? Because that's what you're made of. That's what you're made of. And honestly, what are your options? When you get knocked down, what are you going to do? Lay there and cry? I mean, really? A poor kid. I got down on his level. I said, are you all right? You going to be okay? Are you hurt? And he goes, yeah, it really hurts. It really hurts. I said, what hurts worse? Falling down in front of your friends and crying or getting hit in the face with a ball? And he wipes his nose and wipes his eyes. And he's like, yeah, the falling down in front of my friends thing, that one hurts. Well, get up, man. Cause they might remember you on the base crying. But what they're going to remember more is that you stood back up and ran your bases. And that's what he did. And I'm calling that out of you. I hope that you don't get hit in the face with a kickball today. I hope that you don't encounter terrible things. But when you do, get back up. Be resilient. Be resilient today. And you don't have to do this thing alone. We have a whole community of people here who are the most resilient people that I've ever met in my whole life. And I'm really glad to be connected to them. We face difficulty with resilience every single day in this community, whether it's sickness, whether it's surgery, whether it's bad health news, whether it's, just plain old being in a bad mood. We can be resilient and we can be thankful that we're made of sterner stuff than we know and that we can bounce back today. Guys, this has been Alex Van Houten in Better Daily Live. I hope that you'll exemplify resilience today. Tomorrow's Flex Friday, and I can't wait to walk you through something from an exercise perspective that'll help you on your 1% better journey. Until then, it's just 1%. You got this.
Thank you for joining us for your 1% better. Be you, just better, in mind, body, and spirit. Go to betterdaily.life, download our app, and check out our 5-star coaching resources. We all have a cross to carry. It's lighter when we do it together. Go to betterdaily.life today.